Mortal Kombat crew, welcome to a DIY of Sub-Zero's MK1 mask by Parton Prints. Parton Prints was generous enough to give us a bunch of masks for free, which allowed us to have our characters actually able to wear the masks when they come out. So thank you so much to Parton Prints. He makes a lot of great masks. Check out his shop. But here is our Sub-Zero MK1 mask. So I'm just showing you guys the raw print of it right now, how it looks originally. I did a little bit of sanding down to it. This is going to be a pretty quick DIY. We're not going to go too much into the details. You're going to want to sand it with probably like an 85. You can go as high as a 220. They'll usually say on them what they are after you get done sanding down some of the rough edges so that it's not got as many print lines to it. The next thing that I did, which caveat, I want to point out, I'm not the best at DIY, so don't follow along necessarily, but instead watch this video as some tips that you might gain, some things you don't want to do, some things you should do. There's going to be a lot of fails in this probably, because we're experimenting with Rub and Buff this time. So Rub and Buff is a tiny little metallic thing that you rub onto different surfaces to rebuff them. But you can also change things colors this way. Back in the Fallout 4 video, if you guys remember those Nerf guns we used, all of those had Rub and Buff on them. So I thought, maybe I'll do Rub and Buff this time for the silver instead. I used Silver Leaf Rub and Buff. And the reason I went for that is because recently I spray painted something, and I know I put a lot of spray paint on it, but it took a very long time for it to dry. In fact, it's still not dry. It's over a week later. So because I'm very limited on time for getting this mask out for the game, I thought, okay, Rub and Buff would be a lot faster. Maybe it wouldn't be as shiny or anything else, but it would be a lot quicker. So I went ahead and did that. It took an eternity, and it was hard not to go over different spots. It's very, it spreads like jelly. So you're going to have a little bit of an issue with that if you use Rub and Buff. I used Q-tips for the most part, but it kept going over. So that's why I had to go, you know what, even though black is the base for this mask, I'm going to need to go with some black paint, some black acrylic paint, and fix up all of these different spots. So I did that, and I decided on the black background instead of the blue one for the Sub-Zero mask because it just felt like it was going to fit a little bit better, also because it was already in black, the mask, so that helped as well too. So after that, we fine-tuned it with the black acrylic, and then we sprayed it with some Mr. Super Clear. I went with the glossy version of it because I wanted to see a little bit more shine from the metallic because it didn't really stand out as much. Now what I would recommend is, I believe it's by Krylon. There's a foil spray paint. I'll show a little clip of it, what it looks like. After that, I waited a little bit and then put on a strap for it. So here it is right now. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my face as well too. We're going to see how it fits with the strap right now. The straps, you can get them very affordably. This is a spool is very cheap. It's like $16 at the most for a giant spool that will help you for a lot of different masks. It seems to be adhering a lot of little hairs on it as well. So yeah, we're going to take this mask off. And I am noticing, not only is it a little hard to talk through, but my strap is very tight. This is a good fit for this mask. It's like the perfect fit for it. I have a medium-sized head on Parton Prints shop. This mask, I think, is about $30 at the most with shipping. It's not that bad to talk through. It's very comfortable without having to put any pads. It will hug your face if your face is about the same size as mine. I do your face measurements on Parton Prints shop. He has all sorts of MK1 masks. So be sure to check his shop out on Etsy. He also has a website, Instagram presence. I'm going to leave all of those down below. And I can't thank him enough for giving us all of these masks for free. And just also being a great seller. He's got great customer service. He gets back to you really fast. The print quality is top notch. Very fast shipment. So if you need something for Halloween, if you're trying to do a Mortal Kombat 1 costume or anything Mortal Kombat related, or even Star Wars, DC Universe stuff, check his shop out. There's lots of cool stuff there. I give this mask a 5 popsicles out of 5. It's perfect. It's very cheap. The print quality was very solid. The way that it looks compared to the game is very solid as well. And yeah, the only mistake that I made is if I had more time, I'd like to do another one of these and do a foil spray paint color instead for that, and then afterwards throw in the black or the blue underneath. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, you guys should definitely check it out and get this mask. Represent the Lin Kuei. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing if you'd like to see more, and I hope that you have an icy day.